Low, host of Jed in the Region here at AM 1230 WJOB and 104.7 FM. I'm the morning host, just finished up a morning show. We're moving into a new phase here at the Purdue Northwest Commercialization Center, and we are hosting 1 Million Cups here live in the WJOB studios. So why don't we do it just like Bozo Circus? Let's give all of ourselves a hand. All right, way to go. And we are celebrating the spirit of entrepreneurialism here along Silicon Boulevard. And we have been doing it as part of 1 Million Cups for quite some time. Now we're moving it into a new phase and bringing it on to Facebook Live video. And for the very first time, we're going to be on Twitter, it's Periscope right now. We're also live on AM 1230 and 104.7 FM. If you guys know how the Kauffman Foundation 1 Million Cups works, we have somebody present their product, their service for about 5-6 minutes, and then we go into a question-answer period of about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll do 2 of those today. And the associate director of the Purdue Northwest Commercialization Center here is Mon Hanley. He's got a couple of announcements before we go to it. Let's hear from Mon.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. We do have summer hours for 1 Million Cups, so it's the first and third Wednesday of every month. The next one will be June 21st, and we have 2 more presenters then as well. So I'm going to go turn it back over really quickly to Jim so he can introduce our speaker for today. Thanks again for coming. And don't forget, we want to thank our sponsors, the Coffee Cabin in Cherville, for providing coffee. Delicious coffee. And then also, where's Jennifer? Jennifer, wave. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks very much for your delicious treats from Nana's Sweets.
Hey.
Bakery. Thank you.
All right. The issue there is that my audience now knows that there's free coffee and free sweets, so it could be an entirely different crew coming up in the near future. Hey, a lot of people start out in one direction, then they go in another direction. They find something, hey, I might want to try this thing out. Our first speaker today was with the Tribune in event planning for many years, saw something that inspired her, and she's going to take it away right now. Let's hear for Jen Cosenza.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. We're so happy to be here today to talk about how we've brought innovation to the region, and we do concrete repair. So we're a local business based in Munster, Indiana, and we repair uneven concrete. So think of any trip hazards you may have on your driveway or your sidewalk, a section that's low. We raise it up, and it's a fraction of the cost versus full replacement. We have a huge commitment to excellence, and it's all done at a fair price. So you're probably thinking, why does concrete settle? And concrete settles because of the poor subbase that's underneath the slab. So water erodes earth away, whether you have an improper gutter position or you have sprinkler systems that just throw water and it washes out the dirt underneath. And our freeze-thaw cycle doesn't help either. So the ground contracts and contracts as the weather happens. So what can be done? There's lots of things that you could think of. You can do replacement, which is the most costly avenue. You can think about mud jacking, which is an age-old technology where you pump a mud slurry into the ground. You can lift your concrete using a polyurethane foam, which is what we do, or you can grind concrete, which isn't the most prettiest piece once it's done. So let's talk about mud. I think about the weight of mud all the time, and you probably don't, but this is a mud slurry, and it's hugely heavy. The slurry mix is made up of limestone and fly ash and some cement properties. It pyramids under the hole that's drilled in the concrete. So it just lifts that section right there, and then as water comes, it will further erode away. So we actually use a polyurethane foam, which is super light, it's very durable, loves water, will never shrink, and it's green for the environment. So it's made out of recycled seat cushions. It's not toxic, it's safe for children and pets, and it is a longer lasting solution for lifting uneven concrete. So I always come against a mud jacker in my business. Polyurethane foam versus mud jacking. And obviously the weight of mud over the weight of foam is a concern. Our product is much more durable. The hole size that you see there, a mud jacker's hole will be about the size of a jelly jar, so think about that. And our hole that we drill into the concrete is the size of a dime. Our drill bit is 5/8 of an inch. So the features of foam injection is awesome. It's more efficient, it's very durable, it's longer lasting. Our hole sizes are smaller than a mud jacker, and it's never going to crack or break or deteriorate. It's just a super impressive product, and it loves water. So let's talk a little bit about happenings. We are entrenched in the community, and we love Northwest Indiana. And we really have an awesome newsletter that I would suggest you to subscribe to. We were also just voted #1 for concrete repair. So we're best of the region in concrete repair, and we've really worked very hard to become that. We do softball games, car shows, farmers markets, parades, you name it. Our weekends in the summer are dedicated really back to the community, where we just kind of go and have a presence there. Our season's short, right? So we're only working in the summer. So in summary, concrete lifting can be done. There's a couple of choices you can have. You can use a mud slurry or you can use a polyurethane foam. Do your research and really know the difference of putting a heavy mud that pyramids under a hole versus a polyurethane foam that goes in as a liquid, moves laterally underneath the slab, and does the lifting. It's a super, super impressive product. And this is how you can contact me. So we're in the office every day, and we answer emails. We've got a great Facebook site. We're on Twitter, and we have some awesome videos on YouTube. So please think about checking us out, spending some time, and learn a little bit about how you can repair your uneven concrete. Thank you.
Thanks to Jen. Jen, a lot of folks in the room here and a lot of folks that come to 1 Million Cups have made a transition from one perhaps career to another career. Can you tell us a little bit about your transition?
Sure. So I was a corporate planner for 20 years for Tribune Company, and I was an event planner, so I planned events worldwide, whether it was Super Bowl or Masters or NASCAR or golf out, other smaller PGA golf outings. That was my role, is to have Tribune's brand become prevalent at those outings and entertain customers. So I retired from that thinking, you know, I'm getting older, I'm slowing down. I want to just do something different. So retired to the suburbs. We actually had our driveway mud jacked. And I was so excited because our driveway when we bought the house was just all uneven. And we chose a company that uses a mud slurry. And every day they would come, they would be all disheveled. Their materials their equipment just was always failing. Like they lost a wheel on a cart one day, it went rolling down the driveway. And I was just complaining. What should have been a 2-day job really turned into a week. And it was disruptive for us because obviously we want to use our driveway. So after the process was done, we were so thankful that they were over. But within the year, our concrete started to resink. And I called the company, and there was nothing that they could do. So after paying out over $1,000 to have that repaired, and we've left it today because I think it's a great example of what a mud slurry, you know, how it can fail. There are sections that are still holding strong, but there are sections that have failed. So Joe and I decided, after talking a lot about how we can be better, offer a better product and a more innovative product for the region, we found a foam based in Wisconsin, similar to our climate. They have similar freeze-thaw cycles, and we spent a year learning and researching it, and we decided to open up our own company. So we're 4 years strong, And we really, I think the best of the region is kind of testament to how committed we are to providing an awesome solution for customers.
Women, concrete. Very rarely do you get both of those words in the same sentence.
Never.
Any challenges there?
Oh, yeah. So, we go to World of Concrete every year, and it's like, every man's dream of a show, right? It's heavy equipment, it's tools, and I'm really like the only girl there. And it's really, the first year was really hard because I felt kind of out of place, and I make as many decisions as Joe does. We're in this together. We've built this business together. I know every piece of equipment and how it works. So it's hard to find a woman, and it's hard to have sometimes men talk to me about tools and how something will work mechanically, because they just don't think that they just think I'd tune out about it. But I can operate. If Joe was out sick, I can go and do his jobs today.
Right,
So.
guys, Jen Cosenza with Level Rite Concrete. Now, we're doing this on the radio. We're doing it on Facebook Live, Twitter, and, of course, we're doing it in front of a live audience. So if there's anybody out there that wants to make any comments on the Facebook feed, go ahead and just do it on the bottom there, or you could even call in at 219-845-1100. But right now, I'd like to open it up to anybody in the audience that has a question or a comment. Just come on up over here and stand right here, and we'll be able to take it. And we have, I know Mont wants to say a couple things too. So Mont, you'd have to come over here too. Yeah, sure. What is it?
Ask her if it's a certified women-owned business.
Is it yes? Is it a WBE?
We are actually not, because we're co-owners. So I'm not a certified woman business because Joe is with me as an owner. So we're co-business owners. So we're not. But that's a great opportunity for women in Northwest Indiana. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good
I have
morning.
a question about your product.
Sure.
I live in the Miller area, and so,
Sandy.
exactly.
Sandy.
So how does your product work in relation to sandy areas?
That's a great question. So I want you to feel this. And then I want you to feel this. Take it with you, pass it around.
Okay.
So sand, there's a huge difference. The foam is not going to further compact the sand. It will actually push the sand down and do some compaction as we're pouring, but it will also spread laterally underneath the slab and fill in all those sections. It's perfect for sand. Yeah, great question.
The number, by the way, is 219-845-1100 if somebody on Facebook had asked for that. And what's that? The business's number also. We had a Facebook question about your actual number.
Sure.
And then when you come up, make sure to introduce yourself also, would you please? There you go.
Our telephone number is 219-765-3690, and we return calls, and we would welcome any questions you have.
My name's Dakota McCoy. I'm here with Green Cow Co-working. First off, fantastic presentation. It was really good. We've had a lot in here that have been good, but that was on point. I've got a few questions.
Sure.
So do you get most of your business through residential or commercial clients, and what are the benefits of one over the other?
There actually are no benefits one over the other. A client to us is a client, and there's no job that's too small or too large. Like yesterday, I had a man call who said he had talked to a company, one of our competitors, who has a $400 minimum. And I thought, wow, that's a lot. And, we go out every day for a job that can be $175. And I'm never going to say no to any size of a job. Residential over commercial, there really is no difference for us. Commercial for us, it means we need to change our schedule a little bit and it'll be a little bit more flexible. So when we worked at Community Bank at St. John as an example, we had to do it on a Sunday because they didn't want any traffic coming in and out when we were when we were working. So it's just for us, it's just an alter of a schedule, but there really is no difference to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what has been your greatest challenge so far, and what are you doing to overcome it?
Our greatest challenge is really education. That there are ways that you can repair your concrete for a fraction of the cost versus replacement. And really, every farmer's market we go to or every parade we're in, We talk about how you can save your concrete and think about repair over full replacement. Full replacement's hugely expensive.
Okay. So what is your very next step, and how can the community here help you?
My gosh, education, education, education. Spread the word that you can repair concrete versus full replacement. And talk about all the great things about the foam that's being passed around. It's lightweight. Yeah, you got to get your hands on that. You got to compare it with the weight. It's innovative, it's lightweight, it doesn't shrink, it's great for our climate. It's just a hugely impressive product. Thank you. Great questions.
Yeah, and thanks to Dakota. Dakota, I have a history of like starting off a show and then letting other people do it. So you've got some skills there. We'll make sure to remember that. Does anybody else have any other questions? Come on up. It's time. You got to come on in. We've got a guy. Yeah, come on up. You go first. Here you go. And just, say your name and go with your question. And once again, we're on Facebook Live on the WJOB Facebook page. And then also, if you have a question, you can put it in the comments section there. We're also trying Twitter. Don't answer us on Twitter. We don't have that quite set up yet. And then, of course, you could call in or you could even text to 219-845-1100. We're trying to make this as interactive as possible. Come on in.
Good morning. My name is Deborah Geary, and I'm from Maryville. And I was wondering, do you offer any other services besides the underneath the concrete, compare perhaps some topical or anything else like that?
That's an awesome question. We actually do offer other services. Although our core business is lifting concrete, we actually clean and seal concrete. So think about like when you have your teeth cleaned, or when you go for a spa day and you get all scrubbed up. It's like we clean concrete and then we seal it. And it's an experience. It's just your concrete will never look so good. And it's just wonderful. You're the envy of all of your neighbors. So we clean and seal concrete. Also provides curb appeal if you're a retail customer. We do chip flake floors in the garage. So think of really sexy floor coatings with whatever color chips you may like. I can live in our garage. It's so nice. But we do that as well. So that's an excellent question. Thank you, Deb. Hi.
Hi. My name is Bill Ruff. I'm a member of A Million Cups, and we're a customer of hers. And I just wanted to tell you that we enjoyed having them over. They did a quick assessment and an even quicker repair job, and it's wonderful. All the neighbors noticed, and we're very happy.
Bill's job was kind of tricky. He's got a driveway with a huge slope, and you need to keep the slope, and he had to bump up to kind of get onto the top of the driveway, and you don't want to bump up so much where you're going through the house. So we went out, gave Bill an estimate. We go and see everyone, so we don't assess you over the phone. We're actually going to come out and visit, and we write up an estimate. We'll send it to you. We call you, ask you questions along the way. Bill hired us, and we fixed his driveway and did some caulking as well. We caulk exposed joints with a self-leveling product. And honestly, the pictures from Joe from before and after were awesome. So I'm so glad you're happy. Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Jen, that was a great presentation. And once again, the website is?
www.level-rite concrete, and Rite is RITE.com.
And the phone number?
219-765-3690. Please call us.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. I was here for Jen. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, that should do it for Facebook Live and Twitter right now. And we are still live on the air. We're going to play a little music, play some spots. And we're going to get set up with Phil's Friends. And you guys are going to like this. Typically, for those of you on the air, well, I'll introduce it in just a little bit. But stay tuned on the radio on both stations. And on Facebook Live, we'll be picking up both Facebook Live and Twitter in about 5 to 7 minutes. Thanks a lot.